Hello, everybody.
Hello.
Welcome to Voice Podcast. Reed, what's up?
My name is Reed, and I am joined always as by
Danny.
Welcome to Voice Podcast. You can listen to us on any platform that you can think of that has basically a podcast. Google Play, Apple Podcasts, SoundCloud, Spotify, YouTube, you name it. We got it.
It's on there.
You can also get involved if you want to give us a call at our extension 1677. You can pitch in to any ideas that you have that you want to be sharing about the podcast. You can call in. You can come on if you have something to plug, anything about the college. We'd love to have you on. We want your voice, and we want to share it.
Yeah, please give us a call. Drop us an email. Follow us on Instagram at SA Voice Podcast.
Yes.
Good.
Yes.
Yeah, I got it right.
So today we have two student athletes coming on today to talk a little bit about the life of a student athlete.
Yeah.
I couldn't really imagine what that's like. I mean, I've got already a busy schedule with some of the extracurriculars doing this and school. Right?
Yeah, no kidding, right? And then they have to practice. You know, they have to have a certain GPA.
Yep.
It's like, oh man, it's student
wild.
athletes. It's crazy. You know, I don't think they get enough credit.
No, exactly.
You
And that's
know?
why we're having them on today.
Exactly.
So we can give them a little bit of credit and give them a little insight to their lives and
Find
maybe
out
we
what's
can learn
going
a little
on.
bit something, you know?
Yeah.
So, let's get on with the show.
Today we are joined with Chelsea.
Hi.
Chelsea's a student athlete here at the college. And what do you play? You play hockey
And soccer.
and soccer. And hockey is the extramural.
Yes.
All
yeah.
right, cool. And how long have you been here at the college?
This is my third year here at
You're-
Kingston. Yeah.
Third year in Kingston. Where are you from originally?
I'm from Cornwall area.
Oh, okay. All right,
Cool.
nice.
So why did you choose St. Lawrence?
I chose St. Lawrence just because I really wanted to get a degree, which I knew I could do here, but I wanted to do like what most people when they want to go to college, get some hands-on experience. Like the amount of placement hours that we get I'm in the BSEC program, so the amount of placement hours that we get is huge compared to what I would have got at any other university. So that was the kind of selling point for me.
And sometimes real world experience is more important than just like the education you get,
100%.
right?
I just finished my first placement at a high school, and it was like completely eye-opening to see everything that you do in school whenever you actually get to implement it into the real world. So it was awesome, yeah.
So what's your favorite part about St. Lawrence, and what's sort of like maybe like a hidden gem that maybe not a lot of other people know about, but is your favorite go-to?
My favorite thing about St. Lawrence, I think, would be probably being an athlete. I spent a lot of time at athletics and stuff, and so just the community sense that you get from playing sports and being on a team, you just automatically have like a group of people that you get to be with, and you spend lots of time with them, and you kind of go through the same things at the same time as them.
Right.
So it's pretty cool to have like a group of people like that you can rely on.
Yeah,
And
that support network, that family. that you
yeah,
have
exactly.
Here at the college.
Yeah,
Very
and I'm
nice.
sure you get that too if you're whatever club you're in or anything else that you join at the college. I'm sure it's the exact same thing.
And you've been a student athlete since day one of being here?
Yeah.
Okay,
yeah.
wow.
It's my third year playing outdoor soccer, and then indoor soccer, this is my second year, and hockey is my second year as well.
Wow. Wow, very cool.
Yeah.
Do you have any crazy, funny stories here from at the college that you could tell everybody?
That I can tell everyone. I think definitely the first one that comes to mind whenever I think of just something like super silly is for us is that you guys have interviewed Adam before, and he comes to all of our sports games and takes pictures, does all of our social media. He's awesome. And this year he like got into the habit of going on the field and taking pictures with no shoes on. And so you just see this little guy running around with like his pants pulled up, like no shoes on. He just running around the field. And so that was kind of funny. We were always laughing, get a good kick out of that whenever we see him, just because he's so into it and he's just running around in water and barefoot.
You don't want to get those kicks dirty.
No.
You don't want to get grass stains on that.
No.
It's safety.
Yes,
Yeah.
exactly. And the grass feels good on your feet.
Yeah.
I guess
So-
so. I guess so.
It's a texture thing.
It must be, yeah.
I'll have to ask him.
So if you were to go back, obviously through all the experiences that you've gone through at the college, if you were to go back on your first day and give yourself a bit of advice, or give somebody that's stepping into their first day at the college some advice, what advice would that be?
I think it would just be to get get involved with as many things as you can and make as many connections as you can. Like when I first got here, I came from a super small high school, and so I knew all the teachers, the staff, like the coaches, everything like that. And when I came here, I was like, oh, I don't know if I'll be able to get that same type of like bond or connection, whatever, with all the people that work here. But now all my coaches and teachers, I, have found that same type of like, that you get to know them on a one-on-one level. And so I think that's really important, and it makes you want to do well and come to school and play sports and all that, is to, when you have a good bond like that with the people who are involved in that type of stuff. So definitely just get involved and don't be shy.
Yeah.
Don't be shy. Yeah. Because everyone's super nice here.
Very
It
interesting.
is. It's really nice. And it's like you said, it's like when you're with a team or with your group, and you're going through the same experiences, your wins, your losses,
Exactly,
road trips and things like that. It does really help bring everyone together, build that community with your people, right?
And it adds an extra layer to your education too. Like it's not like you're just coming here and this is your school. Like now I represent this school whenever I go play on the road at sports and stuff like that. So it adds another layer of, being like part of your post-secondary education. You're not just here to get an education and leave. Like,
that's such a theme that we hear about when about the advice is just sort of, it's always get involved, right? Like it's always, don't just go to your classes, like try to like make this an experience, right? And being an athlete, I mean, you do get that automatically with the schedule that you have, but even still, like that, it just adds such another whole experience to you being here.
Yeah.
So tell me about sort of, I guess when you came here, like what are some of those hurdles that you had to go through, and what was that moment that you kind of were able to overcome and be comfortable with the fact that you're a student athlete and that you're going on a school schedule?
So it was definitely a change coming to play. Outdoor soccer's first. Training camp starts in mid-August, and then you go right until, I would say, the end of October usually. And because it's such a short season, we practice every day, and then sometimes we have workouts in the morning as well. And then on the weekends we're playing, sometimes weekdays too. So it's a really demanding schedule once you're there. But at least for me, I find it helps me like keep me focused and be like, okay, like I have this amount of time to go to soccer, and then I have to do this whenever I get home or before I go. Like it just kind of keeps you in a routine and a good check, and not you don't have time to get too off track.
Is it difficult, you find, finding that work-life, school athletic balance?
I've found, like, I've been very lucky the past 3 years I've been here, that my teammates and I, like, everyone gets along really great as a whole team and work much like a family. So whenever I am at sports, it's like, that's also my social life, right? Like on the field when you're playing, you're playing. But before, after, we hang out on the road on weekends and stuff after games at home. So it kind of like meshes all together. And then even on the bus ride, sometimes you're doing homework there's a lot of people who share programs in the.
Okay. So do you have a lot of people in B-Psych?
Yeah, I think we're three or four in B-Psych, and there's a lot of nurses. Then usually, like, even if you're not in the exact business course, there's like a couple business students, and so people can kind of lean off each other. And when there's upper years, and be like, hey, I need help with this, blah, blah. And then that also gives you a really good like help with your academics, because you might not meet people in your upper years if you didn't. Otherwise.
Do you guys have any other sort of special counseling or like tutors for athletes? Like,
so we have an academics officer, I guess, part of athletics, and he keeps track of all your grades and how you're doing. And then you have to have a certain GPA. I'm not sure exactly what it is to play sports, but if you fall below, then you're at risk, and you have a certain amount of time you have to meet with the guy and then all of your teachers and stuff to get you back on track. Otherwise, you can't play varsity sports anymore. So they definitely put academics first, because you can't jeopardize that to be playing sports. But so there's lots of supports, and if you like can't get to the supports, even that the college offers in general, athletics can help set you up with that and be like, okay. This is where you can go, and I can help you get here if you need to. So
there's a lot of people that you can lean on.
Oh yeah,
right?
for
So
sure.
not just your teammates, your coaches and the staff, but also resources that are available, because it is a demanding schedule, like you said.
Absolutely.
And you play more than one sport. So it's definitely it's definitely challenging to try to find that schedule, that balance.
Yeah. So just describe. So what are the sports that you play exactly?
So outdoor soccer and indoor soccer are separate right now.
Oh, okay. Wow.
It's a tri-campus team, but indoor soccer practices outside of Cornwall. So if you want to play indoor soccer, you have to go and practice in Cornwall twice a week.
So not only do you have the schedule,
twice a month.
you have that travel time that you have to go.
It takes us 2 hours to get there. So
Yeah, Cornwall's not like real close.
No, it's not. It works out well for my roommate and I because we are from Cornwall, so it's on a Sunday night. So we can like go home, have supper before, then go to soccer. We could stay the night if we want, then come back.
Oh, okay.
But for people who aren't from the area, it would be a lot of extra effort to go to the Cornwall campus. But
wow. Go ahead.
Yeah, I was just going to say that one thing I really like about Cornwall is their pizza.
Oh my God, that's funny.
I don't know what it is that it's just the Cornwall pizza is just really good. It's
I've never had it. No.
Like the thick pizza from like a pizzeria.
Yeah, exactly. I don't remember the names of the places, but it's just really good. I don't know how it's made. It's just it's like if I'm in Cornwall, it's like, man, I am getting some pizza. Like this is where it's at
funny.
right here.
Is there a specific place in Cornwall that you know of?
It's funny that you say that because this summer my family and we were like, we have to figure out what the best pizza in Cornwall is. So we went out and got a small pizza from every pizzeria in Cornwall, which was like 10, 11, 12 pizzerias. Like Pizza Hut included all the chains, but then the local ones as well.
Right.
And then we tested it all out. Like everyone had one piece. We did it like a blind way to see you could know what you're eating.
That's hilarious.
Yeah, and it was
Who
actually
won?
really fun. We ended up with East End in Cornwall. It's a local one.
I think that's
really
the one.
good.
I think that's the one that I usually have.
It's really good.
Yeah.
Interesting.
So that doesn't surprise me that that's your favorite. Yeah,
Well, that's great.
That's so funny.
It's always those hole in the wall ones, right?
Exactly.
Yeah.
Yeah, but I don't know what it is with Cornwall, but their pizza is just is really good.
We like our pizza there.
Yeah. I'm sure you don't eat a lot of pizza though during the season.
No.
Yeah.
No.
Yeah.
Only after games.
Right.
We're not allowed before.
So what is it that I mean, obviously I'm sure it was overwhelming for you your first year.
Definitely, yeah.
Having that huge schedule for you.
It's a change when you come because being away from home is one of the bigger ones. My roommate and I from Cornwall, we lived in res together, and so and she's in nursing, so she has a challenging program too, and we kind of like worked off of each other, been like, what do you need? We can help each other with certain things, but the schedule is something that it takes a bit to adapt to. Like even though I played lots of sports growing up, it takes a while to get used to every day you're there and for 2 hours. Like it's not just a show up and then you can be there for a little bit and leave.
Right. And are you used to it now, or is it still face its challenges?
The first week when you get back is always like, oh yeah, I have to get my stuff together and be like, okay, I'm ready to go. But after that, it's much easier to transition now than it was at the beginning. It was a little bit more tasking, but it was really helpful to have the upper years and the coaches who know what they're doing and know how to help the rookies get through all of the different trials that come along with being in your first year. But yeah.
And what position do you play?
I played center mid up until this year, until my coach stuck me in center back, and I ended up liking it, but at first it was a little bit of a change. But yeah.
Is that challenging when you switch positions like that to try to find new
I was pretty used to playing center mid. It's a lot of you get to be all over the field, whereas in center back you're with the back line, you're the last people back before your goalie, so it's a lot different of a mindset when you're going to the game. You don't have to be involved in every single play right by the ball all the time, but it was adaptable. My teammates and we figured it out, and we worked through it, and there was really great midfielders who ended up playing in that spot this year, so it worked out really well that that we made the change. But
and indoor soccer, how many players? So outdoors is you're 11.
Yeah, we're 11.
And the indoors, how much?
Indoor,
how many is
we're
that?
6, 5 on, and a goalie.
Okay.
So, yeah.
Okay.
And it's a lot shorter. So if you've ever been in a dome, it's a regular field but split into usually 4, and you play width, the width-wise.
Okay.
So it's really short.
Is it you have the kind of like hockey, I guess, where you have the walls and you can play off the walls, or is there still an out?
It's still a line, so you can't. It's only kind of honestly those curtains that come down between the field, and so there's still lines on the field, just like outdoor soccer, and it's the only difference is it's a kick in instead of a throw in if it goes out.
Oh, okay.
Throw the ball in
all right.
bounds, but yeah.
So where's the furthest that you've gone in your varsity career in terms of going to the championship or?
So I've actually have not made it to provincials yet.
Okay.
This year we were super close. So you play your league play, and then to qualify for provincials, you play a crossover game. So you play someone from the West. There's an East and a West in Ontario. We had our crossover game this year. We ended up losing by 1 goal, and it was a really tough.
Oh man.
This was by far our best year so far. So it wasn't our first time having a crossover game, but it was our first time having a real legitimate shot at honestly even potentially medaling at provincials. So it was
Right.
a little bit of a heartbreaker to not make it there this year.
Yeah.
But we just keep building on that.
Yeah. So
Yeah.
what is the recruitment process like? Are you involved in that, or is it basically the coaches? Like,
So it's for the most part, it's the coaches.
Right.
My coach is Jamie, and she goes out and gets emails from people if they're interested, or when she sees people, she can go talk to them and ask them
Right.
to come. Sometimes, like, I'm in upper year now, and this is my second year being captain, so sometimes I will be involved, and she'll say, hey, do you mind connecting with this person? They want to come, try it out and
Right.
come to a practice, and so just connect with them and kind of, make them feel
great. And does that
welcome
happen
stuff.
often, or is it a little more rare?
It's in the past month, like since we've been back in the new year, we've had about like 3 or 4 recruits
Wow.
email Jamie or vice versa. Jamie contacts them and have come out to practices. Well, we practice at the Dome in Westbrook for outdoor soccer during
Right.
the winter. So so we've had a bunch of people come out, and it's been really really promising. So we're on a kind of on up and up right now
Right.
with
Nice.
that. But
And you
yeah.
would probably give your opinions to your coach, whether if they were.
Yeah, I mean, she values the opinions of upper
Yeah.
years and stuff like that. But it's pretty, whenever you can see someone play, it's quite obvious to see, if they're going to be at the level of where the rest of the team is at or vice versa. But she sees potential in everyone and wants to work with
Yeah.
everyone.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
yeah, it's good.
Great.
Yeah.
Well, do you have any plugs, I guess, for the varsity, for your program at all that you want to give a shout out to?
Anything
or-
happening in your personal
Yeah.
life or
In my personal life. No, I guess just, that athletics is awesome.
Yeah.
And, my coaches are all great. And I'm actually, this is like super random, but athletics has actually given me recently the opportunity to go to a lunch on Thursday in Toronto with the president of the college, Glenn.
Nice.
So him and I are going, and Barack Obama's going to be at this.
Wow.
Yeah. So I'm super pumped about that, and that happened through athletics. Like the head of athletics, Kevin, nominated me, and so I obviously sent him a huge thank you and stuff. But
That's huge.
That is awesome.
So I'm pretty excited about that. So
Good for
that'll
you.
be happening Thursday.
the president with the
Un-
former president.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
Holy moly.
That is
Yeah.
awesome.
So
So
we're pretty
Do
excited.
you just get to see him speak, or do you get to meet him at all, or
I talked with Glenn on Friday, and he said that there's a chance that we'll probably get to talk to him and maybe
That's-
have a few
Oh
minutes.
wow.
Wow.
If not, if you see him, you just got to make
I
your way there.
know,
Like,
I know.
yeah.
like get
Make
everyone
it
out of the way. It's like, I gotta go meet him.
Yeah, I just got to make it happen. But
Yeah, exactly.
That's great.
he said it's a pretty small event, so hopefully, fingers crossed that might happen. But yeah,
That's so cool.
yeah.
That's awesome. Well,
Yeah.
good luck on that.
Thank
That's
you.
Yeah,
Thank
definitely.
You. Thank you.
Yeah, and thank you so much for
Yeah,
coming
of
on.
course. Thank you for having me.
Yeah,
sure.
no problem. All right.
Well, welcome, Emily. So why don't you introduce yourself and tell us what you do here at St. Lawrence?
Well, I'm Emily. I'm a second-year practical nursing student. I play varsity badminton,
Very cool. Very cool. And
Yeah.
where are you from?
Trenton, Ontario.
Trenton. Very cool.
That's Air Force bases over there, right?
It is.
Yeah.
nice. So what brought you to St. Lawrence?
It was like far enough away from home that I could move out, but it was close enough so I could go home on the weekends.
Fair
Yeah.
enough.
Yeah.
Yeah,
How
yeah.
far is Trenton?
It's like an hour.
Okay,
Yeah.
so it's not
It's
too.
not far.
It's just
Not
a
too
little
bad
on the other
commute.
side of Belleville, right?
Yeah.
No, it's not too bad.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So and did you come here to play badminton, or was it the program that you were taking?
The program.
The program.
Yeah.
Interesting. Okay. And I guess so. What's a hidden gem in the school? What's your favorite part about St. Lawrence that you love so much?
I love the people, honestly.
Okay.
That's probably the best part.
Right.
Meeting
yeah,
new
yeah.
people.
Very cool.
Yeah.
And just
Yeah.
people in your program, just people playing
Yeah.
badminton and everything. That's awesome.
Yeah. Well, that's actually how Em and I met. We
It's true.
during intramurals.
Oh, okay, cool.
Yeah, we
cool.
just we signed up for a individual soccer team.
Okay.
And then we were on the same team together.
Yep.
Sweet.
It's a
Yeah.
lot of fun.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
Do you have any crazy funny stories, like or a story that you something here at St. Lawrence?
I don't think so. Not that I can think of off the top of my head.
That's fair.
But
That's fair.
Yeah.
Go ahead.
Yeah, if you were to go back in time, talk to, Emily first day of school, what advice would you give yourself back then?
I'm not really sure, but to other people, like be really outgoing, get really involved, because I'm glad I did.
Yeah.
Mhm.
That's how I met a lot of people.
Yeah.
It just makes the experience so much better at school, honestly.
Yeah, fair enough.
So-
Yeah, so it's not just going to class; it's sort of like just
Yeah.
getting involved and having that
Doing
different life,
things
right?
and
yeah.
Keep
Yeah.
busy, yeah.
Yeah,
Keep
very
him
cool.
busy.
Very cool. So yeah, I guess tell us a little bit about how you balance yourself from being a varsity athlete to being in the schedule? Like, what are some tips that you can give out?
Time management.
Yeah.
You want to definitely prioritize homework.
Right.
I
okay.
definitely don't, but I should.
It's really hard,
Yeah.
you know, sometimes, you know, it's what do you do with your time? You know, do you do homework or do you hang out? Do you do homework or
Yeah.
Netflix?
Yeah.
You know, it's like it's definitely a balance. It's hard to get there.
Yeah.
Especially after a long day. Like if you go to school, work, and then sports, you don't want to do anything after that, honestly.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You just want to binge watch
Yeah.
Netflix and eat.
Yeah,
Definitely.
exactly.
So I guess tell us a little about badminton this year and like what you have going on and what was the season, what's going on in the season right now.
So far, so good. We're doing better than we did last year.
Okay.
We have one tournament next weekend. If we do well, we go to the next tournament, nationals.
Okay.
Nationals, so there's a
Yeah.
badminton nationals,
There is
and so the next tournament that you're coming up, where are you guys playing?
Georgian, I think, in Toronto.
Okay,
Wow.
Yeah.
Okay. Cool.
right on.
And is it doubles or is it just single?
We do all three.
Oh,
So
okay.
it's a 3-day tournament. One day singles, next day's doubles, the next is mixed.
Oh,
What's a
okay.
mixed?
Like boy and girl together.
Oh, okay,
Oh,
Like,
okay.
yeah.
Interesting.
yeah.
Very cool.
And so, do you practice? There's a practice time for badminton and
Yeah.
everything. And how many hours, I guess, would you practice, or does the school practice? Do you guys do the team practice?
Like 4 times a week. We don't do a whole lot, which is nice for me. It works into my schedule really well.
Yeah.
Right.
Like Sunday nights, Wednesday nights usually.
Oh, okay.
Okay,
Nice. So
yeah.
it works on the weekend and everything.
Yeah.
And then you're going to a tournament almost every weekend, or is it like every just once in a while?
Once a month, probably.
Oh, okay. That's great.
Yeah.
Is there tryouts for the badminton?
Kind of. Like not a lot of people play,
Okay.
Right. Okay.
so pretty much everyone will make it, but
Right.
not necessarily you won't go to the tournament. Kind
So
of thing.
how many people
Okay.
are on the team?
We take 6 to the tournament right now.
Okay.
So pretty much that's all that's on the team. We have a couple people that don't show up to practice,
Right.
Okay.
that just don't come to the tournament.
Oh, fair
So-
enough.
Yeah. And it's the same thing, varsity athletics. So you have to have like a certain GPA.
Yeah.
You know, you can't just do what you want. You can't just show up. It's like, I'm here.
Yeah, you
You
have
know.
a certain average, yeah.
Yeah.
Interesting. Yeah. So have you been playing this all your life, or is this something that you started coming here?
I played elementary school and high school, so
Oh, okay, cool. And like at a very competitive level too.
no,
Oh, okay.
not at all. But
Interesting.
So you
It was
had some
fun.
experience, though, swinging the racket around.
yeah,
All right.
it was just fun. I wanted to do some varsity sports, and it was not a huge commitment, so
Right. Right.
Okay.
And so you still do intramurals as well?
yeah,
And so what do you do at intramurals?
just basketball right now.
Just basketball.
Yeah.
Okay. And that's obviously a lot more casual
Yeah,
than
definitely.
doing
definitely.
varsity. Yeah.
It's not all serious. Like when we played soccer, like there were some teams that were so serious.
It's true.
Yeah.
You know, it's like these guys like, hey, it's like, you know, we came here to relax.
Yeah.
You know, it's like make some friends, you know, be cool and chill. And there was a team that they took it to a whole other level, like arguing with the refs. You
Right.
know, it's like, is it in? Is it out? We made it. So
Basketball's pretty chill.
it's pretty
Yeah.
chill.
Yeah.
Okay.
Interesting.
Yeah,
Interesting.
for the
And
most part.
there's no one that's over competitive about it. Like if you want to be competitive in basketball, go play varsity kind of thing.
Yeah,
Like,
some people are a bit over the top, but
Yeah.
But
Not
not too
bad.
bad.
So you both did intramurals. So like I guess tell me a little about like because I've never done it.
Okay.
So what are some of the pros and to doing it? Like why should anybody get involved in
Well,
that?
for me, like intramural. So like I said, you know, we met. We didn't know each other.
Right.
So we were able to meet new people that we wouldn't have otherwise.
Yeah.
And these people, like I see them on the hall. We still, you know, high five. We still talk to each other. You know, it's like, hey, what's going on? So we still keep in touch. It's not like we played and now we're gone.
Yeah.
So
Right.
that's pretty cool. I think that's a pro, right? Because like you said, you know, it's like almost everybody that we talk to, they say the same thing. It's like get out there, get involved, meet people, do things. So that is an excellent way of doing that. As just to sign up for an individual team or do it with a team of your friends, however, whatever the case. That's what I think is a big pro. For me, the biggest con would have to be a time.
yeah.
You know,
Interesting.
it's because
Yeah.
they are so late.
Okay.
you
Yeah,
know?
because they start at like 9 o'clock. Or
Exactly.
Something, right? Yeah.
So I mean,
Interesting.
it's like if you have an early game, you know, at 9 o'clock, it's okay.
Yeah.
It's not the worst,
Okay.
you know. But if you have a late one, like 10, you know, 10:30, it's like, oh, come on,
Yeah,
you know,
yeah.
it's like this
Yeah.
is a little bit over the top.
Yeah,
here.
yeah.
I understand that, you know, they have to have like, you know, there's
They have to fit the varsity schedule in first. right?
exactly.
Yeah.
I mean, like I get it, you
Yeah.
know. I mean, but also come on, you know.
And what about you, Emily? Like, what are some of the pros and cons to it? You think?
meeting new people, making friends. Yeah.
Interesting. So just that social camaraderie, and like, is there stuff that is outside of doing the actual game? Like, do you guys get together and hang out kind of thing, or is it really just for the one game?
We kind of show up for the one game, but there's a banquet at the end of it.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Cool.
Yeah.
Very nice.
So my first time doing intramurals, that's why I signed up. Is like there's gonna be free food at the end. Absolutely.
Right.
You know, and it was cool. It was at the Brass Pub, and they had food. And the great part about that is that you got to meet the other players from the other sports.
Yeah. So how many are there? Do you guys know, or
Different sports?
Yeah.
There's 5 right now, I'm pretty sure.
5? Okay.
I know there's soccer, basketball,
Right.
dodgeball, volleyball, and badminton.
They
Right.
changed it this semester.
Oh, okay.
So right now
Okay.
it's basketball, dodgeball, volleyball, all sorts of sports, and cricket.
all sorts of sports.
What's all sorts of sports?
I think it's like 4 different sports, 5 different sports. You play a different one every week.
Oh,
Kinda like
so it's just a
rotates
mix.
through,
Oh,
yeah.
See,
okay.
that would be cool.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I thought it was like a mixed sport in one game. Kind
No,
of thing,
no, no.
you
Like
know?
basketball.
Yeah.
That should be intramurals. If you're
Yes.
watching
Yeah.
this, the basketball.
I like it.
That's hilarious. Very cool. Yeah.
Yeah. So, when you're doing in your travels and all that, do you have all like time to do your work and stuff like that? Like,
Like, on my way on tournaments and
yeah.
stuff. Probably between games I could, but you're sitting in the bleachers, it's not very comfortable. I don't usually
Right.
do it then.
Yeah.
And you go like support your teammates, you watch them. So
Right.
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 I don't get homework done when I'm at tournaments.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's got to be tough too,
Yeah,
right?
For sure.
Yeah.
For sure. And so you all take the bus together, or is it just carpool kind of thing?
Drive
or-
a van.
Oh, drive a van.
Yeah.
Okay. Nice.
What's the farthest you guys go?
Just Toronto.
Oh, that's not
okay.
too bad.
Nice.
Barrie, I think, is next.
Oh, okay.
But then there's they come here too. I'm guessing, right? Nobody comes to St. Lawrence,
Really?
We're trying.
Okay.
so it's
interesting.
all away games. That's got to be.
I'm
hard
sure with
too,
the new
though.
gym that they'd be able to host something.
Yeah.
Yeah, we don't have like games, we just have tournaments. So we're trying to get a tournament here.
Right. Yeah.
Oh, gotcha. And
Yeah.
so, and the same thing. It's brackets, and you just go until
Double elimination.
double elimination.
Interesting.
How long is a game last in badminton?
Depends how close you are. But it's like game to 21.
Is it
Oh,
like win
okay.
by 2 kind of thing, like tennis?
Yeah.
Okay.
But average, how long do you think a game lasts? Or
15 minutes.
15? Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
That's pretty quick.
That is
Yeah.
quick.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I guess you could fit
Depending.
a whole tournament into a day.
Yeah.
Yeah. Cool. And then you guys got medals. You guys stand on a podium and everything.
Sometimes.
Oh, okay.
We don't
Cool.
usually get
Yeah.
that far. But
But I mean, for
There
other
are people
people,
that
it
do,
happens.
yeah.
Yeah.
That's awesome. So, I guess, what are some things that you want to plug, I guess, for badminton, and what do you guys have going on coming up right now, like specifically?
we still have 2 tournaments coming up. That's it.
Oh, okay.
And then we're done.
Cool. And when are those happening?
One's next weekend and one is, I think, Valentine's Day weekend.
Cool.
Oh, nice.
Cool.
Okay. You take your date along.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Awesome.
It'd be really boring. It's honestly really boring to watch, but
Yeah.
it's fun to play.
Yeah.
So,
It's like baseball. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah,
So
that's
let's
true.
encourage getting people involved to play.
Yes.
Not
Yes.
necessarily watch.
Yeah.
it's a lot of fun. The coach is awesome too. So like,
Very cool.
if you want to
And
play
so
a varsity
what-
sport,
What
badminton's
experience
fun.
does the coach have in terms of badminton?
I think he used to play, and he
Okay.
coaches another team as well as ours.
Oh, okay.
So
Very nice.
Yeah.
Very
How does
nice.
that work in a tournament?
he just
Wait.
comes with us. I think
Oh,
we're like
right.
priority. I think it's like elementary school
Yeah.
he coaches too.
Oh, so not another. He's not
No,
coaching
no.
Barry or something. Okay. And that makes more sense because that would be terrible. You have your coach just
Yeah.
cheering both teams on.
Yeah.
Yeah. All right.
So then, and how many more years do you have of your program?
2 semesters.
2
so
semesters,
This one and
okay.
then this summer. And then
Okay,
done.
and then you'll be playing next year as well?
No.
Oh, okay.
I'll be
so this is
graduating in
it.
September. Yeah.
Oh, okay. I see. Interesting.
Nice,
Well,
nice.
Very nice.
All right.
Well, yeah.
Yeah. Well, thank you so
Emily.
much
Yeah.
for coming on.
Thanks
Yeah.
for having me.
Yeah,
Yeah,
no
for sure,
problem.
for
For
sure.
sure. And so that was Emily. Do you have an Instagram handle or something that you'd like to?
Sure thing. It's just Emily Postma 8. So
Cool.
All right.
Cool.
All right. Well, thanks everybody.
Thank you.
thank you.
Well, that was awesome. You never really know what it's like, right? But to them, it always just seems like it's just another day in life. You know?
Yeah, well, I mean, they've been doing it
Yeah.
for so long, because to be a student athlete, I feel it's like you can't just like walk on, which I guess you could, but
Mm-hmm.
a lot of them have been playing sports from early ages, high school,
Yep.
and on. So it is just another day for them.
Just like that.
Yeah.
Well, and it's almost like it seems that like they need that kind of schedule. You know,
Oh,
like
yeah,
they
busy.
they need to keep busy
Yeah.
in order to keep focused and to keep what they're doing. Like if I feel like if they didn't have that crazy busy 24/7 schedule,
It's like,
then-
what else would they do?
Exactly.
You know, it's like what they say, idle hands.
Yeah.
You know, it's like
Yeah.
you got to keep busy, keep doing, keep going, push forward, and just do busy,
Yeah,
and more busy.
just wild.
Yeah, crazy. Time management, though, that's
That's what it is. It's keeping yourself in the calendar.
yeah,
Keeping notes of all the to-do lists of what you got to
Yeah.
do and doing that every day.
every day, man.
And it can be tiring, but at the same time, like it's important for yourself, right? It's important for your mental health.
And also, like, how well or how good do you feel after, like, you keep a busy schedule and then you get everything done on your
Yep.
schedule? You
Yep.
know what I mean? As opposed to like days where you're just like sitting around playing video games all
Yeah,
day.
exactly.
You
And
know?
at the end of the day, you came home from a busy day. You maybe watch a TV show, then you go to bed. And you feel
Exactly.
like,
Boom! I got it
that
all
was my
done.
day.
Conquered the world.
There you go.
And that's how
Seize
they
the day.
And that's how they feel every day.
Exactly.
You know?
Exactly.
So that's good. It's good for them.
Good
you
for
know?
them. Yeah, that's not something we're doing.
No, absolutely not. Yeah.
Well, once again, thank you for listening to Voice Podcast. You can call us at our extension 1677. If you got any ideas, you want to come on the show, we're more than welcome to have, and we're happy to have you on. So just give us a call, and you can listen to us on any platform that there is a podcast. Google Play,
Spotify, Apple Music,
SoundCloud.
Stitcher, SoundCloud,
you name
YouTube.
it. We got it.
We're on there.
So thank you for listening, and we'll see you next week.